Welcome to Meeple Mentor. I'm Jared, and today I'll be covering the latest news, announcements, most played games, hot new Kickstarters, and more related to board gaming for the past week. At the end, I'll also be sharing what's going on behind the scenes with my channel. So stick around, we've got a lot to cover. And you can use the chapter timestamps I included in the video description to jump around to the topics that interest you the most. Leave me a like and comment on what kinds of updates you want to hear more about. To make sure you don't miss my news updates, new video tutorials, and our podcast episodes, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell below the video. On the Kickstarter front, Nemo's War just finished a very successful campaign for a new expansion called Journey's End, which they are calling the final chapter. With this campaign, backers are also able to get the Ultimate Edition of the game. If you're interested in Nemo's War, the second edition is still widely available and is a great solo game. I created a tutorial for Nemo's War, which you can find on this channel, and also embedded on their Kickstarter page. Many of you may be familiar with the game Vindication, and should be happy to hear they've just launched another Kickstarter campaign. You can pick it up for the first time, or back now to get the new Chronicles expansion and a re-release of all the sold-out items. Vindication is a strategy fantasy Euro game with tableau building, resource management, area control, action selection, a modular board, and variable player powers. Fans of Alhambra should look at their newest Kickstarter for the Alhambra Big Box 2nd Edition, containing new art, all 6 expansions, 2 Queenies, and a tile dispenser tower. This is the one to pick up if you've been waiting for the time to get it. The Kickstarter has funded already and ends December 22nd. Also just launched isn't a board game, but an all-in-one organizer designed for board games. Made entirely of cherry wood, it includes a dice tower, storage tiles, dice box, cup coasters, and token organizers. It all fits together in a cool tower castle when not in use. Check it out if you're looking to bling out and organize your game table. If you're more into abstract games, why not check out Winter Queen from Crowd Games, which just launched and runs until December 31st. Become a wizard in the Queen's Magical Tournament and use spells and crystals to create colorful patterns. It's a fairly fast game and accessible to all ages. Another lighter game you should definitely look at is Momiji. This is a card game for 1 to 4 players about autumn landscapes in Japan. Collect leaves and acorns to fulfill objective tokens, all while creating a beautifully colored Japanese landscape. This will look really good on the table alongside games like Photosynthesis and Bosque. You have until December 23rd to back it. Moving on to industry news, we've seen a lot of board game announcements. First up is a new Fallout board game from Modiphius called Fallout 2D20 RPG. This tabletop RPG will come out in 2021 and includes a core book, dice set, GM toolkit, starter set, and a collector's edition box set. Pricing is yet to be announced, but they released the cover art. Fantasy Flight Games has just announced 2 new Star Wars Legion miniatures sets. One is called Republic Specialist Personnel, and the other Separatist Specialist Personnel. These will be released before Atomic Mass Games takes control of the IP. Both expansions will be $27.95 and release on January 22nd next year. Also to come out in January is a new game by Ludonova called Polynesia. In Polynesia, a volcano is about to erupt and players take on the roles of tribe leaders trying to find the best route to new islands to save them from destruction. Through route exploration, find new sea routes to unexplored islands and collect resources. Plays in about 75 minutes and is for 2 to 4 players. Retails at $44.99 and will be in stores January 15th. Colossal Games will be releasing a new game called Almanac: The Dragon Road at the end of January as well. Similarly, players are caravan leaders to travel from the outpost to the Dragon City. This is a worker placement game that includes a bidding mechanism to determine player order. Up to 4 players can play, and a game lasts between 60 and 90 minutes. There's another interesting island-themed worker placement game coming out in January from Matago called Rapa Nui. In Rapa Nui, players are the Moai people who supposedly constructed the statues found on Easter Island. Workers generate bonuses and perform tasks to build a chain of people to bring giant statues from the quarry to the coasts. Ages 10 and up, and plays in 45 minutes. It'll hit stores January 22nd for $59.99. Remember how we've been seeing lots of retro movies turned into board games recently? From Big Trouble in Little China to Jaws, The Shining, and others. Now, just announced is a board game based on the classic Flash Gordon. This will be produced by Plastic Meatball and Kingfisher Syndicate, among other Flash Gordon products. Look for the Kickstarter for it in January if you want to revisit Flash Gordon. Will he save every one of us again? We'll have to see. Lastly, in industry news, Wizards of the Coast has expanded their Magic the Gathering suspension of in-store play to Canada, as well as other countries. The US, Latin America, and Europe were already declared a remote season due to the widespread cases of COVID-19. Pointing gamers to playing online, they've increased the tournament entry fees for larger payouts on both Magic Arena and Magic Online. Head there if you're looking to get your Magic the Gathering fix. The Meeple Mentor Channel is part of the board game community The Gateway Network, made up of great upcoming board game content creators. In this segment, I'll highlight one of the other great content creators part of the network. Today, I want to highlight Date Night Dice. Ben and Emily are a couple who like to play board games together and keep up on Instagram and podcasts. On these board game date night podcasts, they discuss movies, video games, hanging out, and of course board games. Find them on Instagram at Date Night Dice, and I've included a link to their podcast in the description. Most episodes are 90 minutes to 2 hours, and they're a very cool couple and worth checking out. Let them know Meeple Mentor sent you. And click the link in the video's description or head over to the Gateway Network's Instagram to see more creators. The first bit of news I need to share with you about the Meeple Mentor channel is we're currently doing a free giveaway contest for a new copy of Charterstone by Stonemaier Games. The contest is open for 3 weeks, but it ends next Friday, December 18th. Watch the contest announcement video on the channel and click the link in the video description to get entries. There are lots of ways to get entries for the drawing, but the best way is to be a subscriber to the channel. So if you're watching this now and haven't subscribed, you should do that now. This giveaway is a thank you to the fans who've gotten us this far, reaching 600 subscribers on the channel. It really means a lot to have you all here and watching our content. I love to hear your feedback as well, so comment on the videos, like, and all that. I try to respond to everyone the best I can. Since the previous news video, 2 new podcast episodes has been released as part of the Mentor Minutes series. Jay and I are going through our top 10 board games of the decades, with the most recent episode covering games from the 90s. Go check it out and comment with your list. The most recent game tutorial is for Meeple Land from Blue Orange Games, which is a lighter game about building and running an amusement park. If you're looking for something fun but not too complicated to play with your family, this is a great one to pick up. It came out this past October and plays up to 4. And as mentioned in the previous news episode, I received the Awaken Realms Kickstarter Aetherfields and did a full unboxing video for it on the channel. Check it out to see the amazing miniatures and artwork in this game. Jay and I had a chance to play the first 2 missions, or dreams, and we're having a good time with it. It's an exploration game in all respects, much like Seventh Continent or Tainted Grail. The game evolves over time with adding new rules, mechanisms, and gameplay with each new dream. We'll be playing this a lot for a while. Next week, you'll see the game tutorial for Smartphone Inc., which I'm excited about. It delivered to Kickstarter backers last summer and is a cool medium-weight economic game about selling phones around the world. It also has a very strong solo mode for all my solo gaming friends watching, and that's included in my tutorial as well. I'm curious if there's a board game that you've been hoping to see a tutorial for but haven't found one yet. If no one has made the tutorial but you think that game deserves one, let me know and I may be able to do it. Leave a comment below. Also, if you have suggestions for news topics or even podcast topics you want Jay and I to discuss, please comment below. And thanks for watching this week's news update. Like and subscribe to see next week's news update. And remember, teach when you can, but always be learning. See you next time.